Hello everyone! Welcome to Native Man Math Tutorial, wherein you can find free mathematics Tagalog tutorial. The content of this video lesson is General Mathematics for grade 11. This is under Term 1, Week 4 of the Strengthened Senior High School Curriculum. And this is part 3 out of the lessons for week number 4. For today's video lesson, we are going to discuss geometric sequence and series. But before we discuss this lesson, if you are not yet subscribed to this channel, please subscribe for more video lesson. So what are you waiting for? Let's begin. The learning competency of this lesson is find the sum of arithmetic and geometric series under Term 1, Week 4 of the Strengthened Senior High School Curriculum. And for the objectives, at the end of the lesson, you will be able to, number 1, illustrate the geometric sequence. Number 2, define geometric sequence and series including their key components. Number 3, calculate the end term of a geometric sequence. Number 4, compute the geometric series. And number 5, solve problem involving geometric sequence and series. To start the discussion, let us define first what is geometric sequence. It is a special type of sequence where each term after the first is obtained by multiplying the preceding term by a fixed non-zero number. The fixed multiplier is called the common ratio, denoted by R. It is called the common ratio because it is the ratio of any two consecutive terms in the sequence. Okay, so to understand more about geometric sequence, okay, we're going to have the given examples. All of these are examples of geometric sequence. According to the definition of geometric sequence, the sequence is only geometric if there is a common ratio denoted by R. And what is this common ratio? If you're going to multiply the common ratio to the term, then you get the next term. Okay, for example, number 1, 1, and what number that you are going to multiply by 1 to get 3? So we multiply 1 by 3. So 1 times 3 is 3. Then multiply 3 again by 3. 3 times 3 is 9. And 9 times 3 is 27. So therefore, the common ratio here is 3. And there is a common ratio. We call this one as geometric sequence. Now, how are you going to get the common ratio? Okay? By dividing the right term by the left term. Let us say 27 divided by 9 is 3, and also 9 divided by 3 is 3, and last 3 divided by 3 is 3. Now, for number 1, the common ratio is 3. How about for number 2? What is the common ratio? Just divide the right term with the left term. 16 divided by 8 is 2, 8 divided by 4 is 2, and 4 divided by 2 is 2. So we have a common ratio here, and the common ratio here is equal to 2. How about for number 3? 10, 20, 40, 80. So this is the geometric series. Now, or sequence rather. Now, what is the common ratio? Just divide again. So we have 80 divided by 40 is 2, 40 divided by 20 is 2, and 20 divided by 10 is 2. Now, the common ratio for that sequence is equal to 2. How about number 4? In our sequence, we have negative 3, 9, negative 27. So what is the common ratio here? Just divide. Okay? If you're going to divide, 27 divided by 9 is negative 3. 9 divided by negative 3 is negative 3. Okay? How about for number 5? Number 5 is a fraction. How are you going to get the common ratio? Okay, for number 5, we are going to move here so that we will have space for computation. So we have number 5 sequence, 5, 10 over 3, 20 over 9, and 40 over 27. So here, this is an example of geometric sequence in fraction form. Now, this is geometric sequence, so there is a common ratio here. So what is the common ratio if the given is fraction? Again, the rule here is that you're going to divide the right term with the left term. So we divide 40 over 27 by 20 over 9. So in this form, we have this one, 40 over 27, this one, divide by 20 over 9. So what is the rule in dividing fractions? The rule is, first, you copy the numerator, 40 over 27, and then the denominator, you're going to interchange. 20 over 9 will become 9 over 20. Then, you're going to change the operation from division to multiplication. So here, you're going to multiply numerators and multiply denominators and then simplify the result. But here, I'm going to give you some technique in simplifying these two fractions. Okay, here, using simplifying, okay, there is a common factor between 20 and 40. And the common factor here is 20. So here, 40 divided by 20 is 2. And here, 20 divided by 20 is equal to 1. Okay, how about 27 and 9? Do we have common factor with 27 and 9? Yes. And what is the common factor or greatest common factor? That is 9. So 27 divided by 9 is equal to 3 and 9 divided by 9 is equal to 1. Okay? So here, yung numbers naging small numbers na siya. Okay? From big numbers. So we can simplify the numerator. 2 times 1 is 2. Denominator, 3 times 1 is 3. So 2 over 3 is the quotient of the two fractions. Okay, what is this 2/3? 2/3, that is the common ratio. If you're going to divide 20 over 9 by 10 over 3, then the result is still 2/3. And if you divide 10 over 3 by 5, then the quotient is still 2/3. So the common ratio here is 2 over 3. Okay, so let's have this activity about geometric sequence. Tell whether the sequence is geometric sequence or not. If geometric sequence, give the common ratio. For number 1, we have 1, negative 1, 1, negative 1. Is it geometric sequence or not? Okay, for number 1, that is geometric sequence. So what is the common ratio? The common ratio is negative 1. So why or how? Negative 1 divided by 1 is negative 1. Here, 1 divided by negative 1 is negative 1. And negative 1 divided by 1 is still negative 1. So the common ratio of this sequence is negative 1. How about number 2? Negative 1, negative 3, negative 9, negative 27. So what is this? Geometric sequence or not geometric sequence? Okay? For number 2, that is geometric sequence. How about the ratio or the common ratio? The common ratio is 3. So let's try. Negative 27 divided by negative 9 is positive 3. Okay? If you divide negative by negative, it's always positive. How about here? Negative 9 divided by negative 3 is positive 3. And negative 3 divided by negative 1 is positive 3 also. So the common ratio for number 2 is positive 3. How about for number 3? 96, negative 48, 24, negative 12. So what is the common, what's this? Geometric sequence or not geometric sequence? Okay, for number 3, that is geometric sequence. How about the common ratio? The common ratio is negative 1 half. So again, how? Negative 12 divided by 24. So you cannot divide 12 by 24. Okay, but you can reduce this one in a fraction. So here, if you reduce 12 over 24 will become 1 half. So 1 negative, 1 positive. Then if you divide, the quotient is negative. Okay, how about number 4? We have 25, negative 1, negative 4. Geometric or not geometric? So that is not geometric sequence. Okay, wow or why? Negative 4 divided by negative 1 is positive 4. Okay, so here, if you're going to divide, this is positive 4. How about negative 1 over 5? Is negative 1 divided by 5 equal to 4 also? No. Therefore, this is not geometric sequence. Okay, everybody, think of this. We have 1, 2, 3 sequence here or geometric sequence. For number 1, we have 3, 6, 12, 24, and so on. Now, if I ask you to get the 30th term, Can you do that in 1 minute or can you do that in 30 seconds? I think no. Or if you are a faster mathematician, then you can calculate it faster. Okay. But as a regular student, okay, you cannot calculate this 30th term in just 30 seconds. Okay. But I am going to show you how to calculate it within 30 seconds to 1 minute. How about for number 2? For example, this is the geometric sequence. Then you're going to find what is the 15th term. And for number 3, for example, what is the 20th term? So here, in our next discussion, I am going to present how to calculate the nth term of the sequence. Even the 100th term of the sequence, we can calculate it. Okay? The formula in calculating the nth term in a geometric sequence is this one. We have a sub n is equal to a sub 1 r raised to n minus 1. So what does it mean with this formula? Wherein we have a sub n, that is the last nth term. Okay, this one. And next, variable here is a sub 1. A sub 1 is the first term. Next, r. R is the common ratio. Okay, this one. And n is the position of the term in the sequence. So this one, n. So we're going to use this formula of n term in calculating the nth term of a geometric sequence. In calculating or to calculate the nth term of geometric sequence, let's follow these steps. Number 1, identify the value of the first term. Second, find the value of the common ratio. Third, apply the formula in calculating the nth term. Okay, so let's have number 1 example. Find the ninth term of the geometric sequence 1, 4, 16, 64, and so on. So here, we're going to calculate the ninth term. Okay, to calculate, first, identify what are the given in the problem. So a sub 9 or the ninth term is that question mark, mean to say the ninth term is the term that we're going to calculate. Okay? And for a sub 1 is equal to 1. A sub 1 mean the first term. In our sequence, the first term here is 1, so a sub 1 is 1. And how about the common ratio? We can get the common ratio orally. So what is 4 divided by 1? 4. How about 16 divided by 4? 4. And 64 divided by 16 is 4. So the common ratio in the sequence is equal to 4. How about n? N means that is the position of the term. And the position of the term that you're going to calculate is 9. So n is equal to 9. Why 9? Because that is ninth term. Okay? So using the formula, a sub n is equal to a sub 1 r raised to n minus 1, we are going to substitute all the given. Okay? So this will become a sub n, this is a sub 9, or we are calculating the ninth term of the sequence that is equal to a sub 1 here is 1, substitute. A sub 1 r here means a sub 1 times r. So I'm going to put here close and open parenthesis to show multiplication. Okay? So a sub 1 is 1 times r or common ratio is 4. So 4 raised to what is n? 9. So 9 minus 1. And then simplify. First, you're going to subtract the exponent. So this become 9 minus 1 is equal to 8. Okay, just copy all this one. So a sub 9 is equal to 1 times 4 raised to the 8th power. So what's next? Before you multiply, you're going to simplify first the exponent. So what is 4 raised to the 8th power? That is equal to 65,536. If you are going to multiply it by 1, then it's still the same. Okay? 1 times 65,536 is equal to 65,536. So mean to say, a sub 9 or ninth term is 65,536. So in sentence, we have this one. Therefore, 65,536 is the value of the ninth term in the sequence. Okay, so how about number 2 example? Find the sixth term of a geometric sequence where the first term is 5 and the common ratio is 3. Here, the sequence is not given. So the given are the parts of the sequence wherein the first term is 5 and the common ratio R is equal to 3. So here, identify the given. So a sub 6 is unknown. That is the sixth term of the geometric sequence. We are going to calculate it. A sub 1, or the first term is given here. First term is 5. So a sub 1 is 5. Then R is equal to 3. Given here, common ratio is 3. And what is N? N is the sixth term. So 6 is equal to N. Okay, so by using the formula here of geometric sequence, just substitute the given. So a sub n, or the a sub 6, we are going to calculate the sixth term, is equal to a sub 1, here is 5, times, what is R? 3 raised to n minus 1. N is 6, so it will become 6 minus 1. So again, after substituting the given, the next that you're going to do is subtract the exponent here. So this will become 6 minus 1 is equal to 5. And then just copy here. Okay? And then simplify. What is 3 raised to the 5th power? That will become 243. And then after that, you're going to multiply it by 5, or the first term. Okay. So what is 5 times 243? That is equal to 1,215. Meaning to say that sixth term, or a sub 6, is equal to 1,215. Okay, in sentence, therefore, 1,215 is the value of the sixth term in the sequence. For number 3 problem, the second term of a geometric sequence is 9 and the fifth term is negative 243. Find letter A, the common ratio, letter B, the first term, and letter C, the seventh term. Okay, from the given problem, we are going to find the 3 questions here, or we are going to answer the 3 questions here. Okay, first, the common ratio R. Second, the first term, or a sub 1. And third, the seventh term, or a sub 7. Okay, so how are we going to calculate? First, we are going to identify the given. So from the problem, the second term of geometric sequence is 9. So second term, a sub 2 is equal to 9. Then next, the fifth term is negative 243. Fifth term, or a sub 5, is equal to negative 243. Okay. Now, for letter A, common ratio, or R. Letter B question, first term, or a sub 1. And for the third question, seventh term, or a sub 7. Okay, so how are we going to calculate the 3 questions in the problem? Okay, here, I'm going to illustrate it using the given. So the first term is unknown, and the second term here is 9. Then, the fifth term is negative 243. So if that is second term, or 9 is second term, second, third, fourth, fifth. Okay, negative 243 is the fifth term. Now, how are we going to calculate the common ratio? Okay, sabi po natin that the common ratio, you just divide the right term with the left term. But here, negative 243, there is no left term. And also for 9, 9 is second term, then there is no first term here. So, how are we going to divide to get the common ratio? Okay, so ganito lang po yung technique in calculating the common ratio if a sub 1 is not given. Okay, so let us say 9, we make this one as a sub 1. And if 9 is a sub 1, negative 243 will become a sub 4. Okay, right? Okay, let's try. If this is a sub 1, or first term, second term, third term, then fourth term. Okay, using a sub 1 and a sub 4 value and the formula, we can calculate the common ratio. So how? Okay, for R, we use the formula and substitute the given. So a sub n. A sub n is the last term. Here, given. The last term is given. We're in negative 243. Why last term? Because that is the end of the sequence. Okay? So substitute. We have last term, a sub n is negative 243. Okay, this one is equal to, what is a sub 1? We use this one as a sub 1, which is 9. Then times, what is the common ratio? There is no common ratio here. So leave it variable, then we're going to calculate the common ratio. Okay? And then n, we can have n by counting this one from a sub 1 to 4. Then there are 4 terms. So n is equal to 4. Then minus 1 here. Okay? So simplify. This will become copy negative 243 is equal to 9. R raised to 4 minus 1 is 3. So what's next? We're going to move this 9 to left side of equal sign by multiplication property or division property of equality. Okay, so how? We're going to divide 9 to both sides of the equation. Okay, to remove 9 here. Para ang maiwan po dito is r raised to the third power. Okay, cancel 9 and what is negative 243 divided by 9? The quotient is negative 27 is equal to r raised to the third power. Okay, we are calculating r, not r raised to the third power. So how we remove the exponent 3 here? So to remove, we are going to use cube root or extract cube root to both sides of the equation. Okay? How? We can cancel 3 and cube root. Okay? So cancel 3 and then cube root. So here, we can simplify what is cube root of negative 27. Okay? If you press that in your calculator, negative 3 or square root or cube root of 3, cube root of negative 27 rather, is equal to negative 3. Is equal to, if you cancel cube root and 3, then that is r. So negative 3 is the common ratio. Okay? Or r is equal to negative 3. So we're going to put it here. Next, we're going to calculate the second question, the first term of the geometric sequence or a sub 1. So there are two ways to calculate the first term in the given problem. Okay? So the first one, I'm going to present the long cut method. And then the second one, I'm going to present the shortcut method. Okay, for the long cut method, we're going to use the given to solve for a sub 1. Okay? And then the formula, we have a sub n is equal to a sub 1 r raised to n minus 1. So a sub n is the last term. We're going to set a sub 5 as the last term of the sequence. So negative 243 for a sub n, then is equal to a sub 1 remain a sub 1. This is the variable that we are going to solve. And then for r here, or the common ratio is negative 3. And then n minus 1 or raised to n minus 1. So our n now is 5. We use 5 as our n. Okay? So 5 minus 1. And then to simplify this equation, you're going to subtract first the exponent. So this will become 5 minus 1 is equal to 4. Okay? How we simplify this equation? Okay? First, or next rather, we are going to simplify negative 3 raised to the fourth power. And the result is 81. So we have now negative 243 is equal to a sub 1 times 81. Okay, I'm going to put it there para magkaroon po tayo ng space. So yung 81 na ito, we're going to move here in the left of equal sign. So how to move? By just dividing 81 to both sides of the equation. So why 81? Because 81 is there. So divide by 81, we can cancel 81. So this 81 is moved there here in the left side of equal sign. Okay. Divide negative 243 by 81, then that is equal to negative 3. And we have here a sub 1. Okay. Our a sub 1 or first term is equal to negative 3. In sentence, therefore, the first term in the sequence is negative 3. Okay, so a sub 1 is negative 3. How about the shortcut method? The shortcut method here is that we have a sub 2 and we have common ratio. Since we discussed earlier that if you're going to divide the common ratio by or divide the right term by the common ratio, then you get the left term. So if you divide a sub 2, because this is a sub 2, okay, 9 divided by common ratio negative 3, that will become, the result is negative 3. Okay, I will repeat. A sub 2 is 9. So 9 divided by common ratio, negative 3. Then the result is negative 3. So A sub 1 is negative 3. Okay? How about the last question for problem number 3? The seventh term or A sub 7. So again, using the formula, substitute the given. So A sub n, we set this one as the last term, A sub n. So A sub 7 is equal to, what is our A sub 1 now? A sub 1 is negative 3. So negative 3, then times R is negative 3 also, raised to. So n minus 1. Our n now is 7. Why? Because this is A sub 7 or 7th term. So 7 minus 1. So this become, we are going to simplify. 7 minus 1 is 6. Okay, we have negative 3 times negative 3 raised to the 6th power. So you're going to simplify this one. What is negative 3 to the 6th power? That is equal to 729. So what is 729 times negative 3? That will become negative 2,187. Okay? So here, therefore, the seventh term in the sequence is negative 2,187. Okay, we are going to put it there. So here, nasolve po natin yung 3 questions in the problem. Number 4 problem. McCoy is a farmer in the province, started raising native chickens. In his first month, he had 3 chickens. Every month, the number of chickens tripled as each chicken hatched more chicks. The number of chickens each month follows a geometric sequence. So here are the questions based from the problem. Number 1, how many chickens does McCoy have by the 5th month? Number 2, how many chickens does he have by the 8th month? And number 3, write the general formula to find the number of chickens in the nth month. Okay, so let's try to answer question number 1. How many chickens does McCoy have by the 5th month? First, we are going to identify the given. So here, a sub 5, we set this one as unknown or the 5th term in the sequence. Because the question asked 5th month, mean to say a sub 5 or 5th term in the sequence. Okay? Next, a sub 1 is equal to 3. So, why first term is 3? Go back in the problem. It says here that in his first month, he had 3 chickens. So, the farmer or McCoy started three chickens in the first month. So, a sub 1 or first term is equal to 3. Okay? And the common ratio is 3. So, how we get common ratio as 3? Here, every month, the number of chickens threefold. So, mean to say, when you say threefold, I multiply it by 3. So, if you multiply it by 3, then that is common ratio in geometric sequence. Okay? And n is equal to 5. Why? A sub n or a sub 5, so n is equal to 5. Okay? So here, using the formula, a sub n is equal to a sub 1 r raised to n minus 1. Substitute the given. So a sub n is the a sub 5 here. We're going to calculate is equal to a sub 1, first term is 3, r is 3 also, 3 raised to n minus 1, n is equal to 5. So it will become 5 minus 1. Okay, simplify the exponent. 5 minus 1 is equal to 4. So 3 raised to the 4th power. Okay, so simplify. What is 3 raised to the 4th power? That is equal to 81. So 81 times 3, if you're going to multiply, that is equal to 243. Okay, so a sub 5 or the 5th term of the sequence is 243. Or the 5th month or the number of chickens of McCoy after 5th month is 243. Okay, in sentence, therefore, there are 243 chickens in the 5th month. How about number 2 question? How many chickens does he have by the 8th month? So in number 1 question, it asks 5th month. Now, it asks 8th month. So the same way, identify the given. So now, A sub 8 is the unknown. Okay? A sub 1 first term again is 3 because it start again with 3. Ratio is 3 from the word threefold and n now is equal to 8. Okay? Substitute in the given formula. So we have a sub n is a sub 8 is equal to a sub 1 is 3 times r is 3 here raised to n minus 1. N here is 8, so 8 minus 1. So simplify the exponent. 8 minus 1 is equal to 7. And then simplify the exponent. 3 raised to 7 is equal to 2,187. Okay, so just copy 3 here. 2,187 times 3, that is equal to 6,561. So we answered the question in sentence. Therefore, there are 6,561 chickens in the 8th month. How about question number 3? Write the general formula to find the number of chickens in the nth month. Okay, so how we're going to find or write the general formula? Okay, so here we're going to have the same given in number 2 question. Using this given, you're going to write the formula. Okay? So we are going to derive a formula to find the number of chickens in nth month. Okay. So a sub n is equal to a sub 1 r raised to n minus 1. So here, a sub n is equal to substitute a sub 1 or first term is 3. The common ratio is 3 here. And then here, since we are calculating the nth month, so remain n here. Okay? So, hindi po natin sasubstitute yung 8 as the value of n. Yun lang pong a sub 1 and yun lang ating common ratio. Okay. So, here remain n minus 1. What does it mean with this? Notice here, in the law of exponent, that if the base are the same, all you have to do is add the exponent. Okay? So, here, the exponent of 3 here is 1, right? If there is no exponent, understood that exponent is 1 here. So 3 base. So the same base, add the exponent 1 plus n minus 1. So this become, okay, combine 3 as the base and then add the exponent 1 plus n minus 1. Okay, this 1. And then if you're going to simplify, 1 plus n minus 1, what is the result? Okay, the result is this one. So, why 3 raised to n? If you are going to add 1 plus negative 1 or 1 minus 1 here, simplify 1 and negative 1 here, that is 0. So, ang matitira po dito ay n. So, that's why the exponent is n here. So, the general formula is a sub n is equal to 3 raised to n. Okay? In sentence, therefore, the general formula is a sub n is equal to 3 raised to n. Okay, so let's have this activity number 2. Choose the letter of the best answer. So the given questions are multiple choice question. Okay, number 1. Which of the following is a geometric sequence? We have letter A, letter B, letter C, and letter D. I will give you 5 seconds to think. Okay, the correct answer there is letter B. So the geometric sequence here is 3, 6, 12, 24, and so on. How about number 2? What is the common ratio in the geometric sequence 5, 15, 45, 135, and so on? Okay, we have letter A 3, letter B 10, letter C 15, and letter D 5. So what is the common ratio of this geometric sequence? Okay, 5 seconds. Okay, time's up. The correct answer there is letter A. So the common ratio here is equal to 3. How about number 3 question? In the geometric sequence, what does the variable a sub 1 represent? A, nth term, B, number of term, C, first term, and D, sum of terms. So what's your answer? I'll give you 5 seconds to think. Okay, time's up. The correct answer is letter C, first term. A sub 1 is first term. Okay, number 4 question. Which of the following is the fourth term of the sequence for 8, 16, 32, and so on? We have A, 4, B, 8, C, 16, and D, 32. Okay, so the question asks only for fourth term, pang-apat na term in the sequence. So simple lang po kasi dito na po yung fourth term in our sequence. Given na po dito. I will give you 3 seconds to think. Okay, the correct answer there is letter D, 32. So the fourth term of the sequence, if this is the first term, second term, third term, the fourth term is 32. How about number 5? Which of the following is the formula in finding the end term of a geometric sequence? We have A, B, C, D. I will give you 5 seconds to think. Okay, time's up. The correct answer is letter C. Okay, to master the lesson, try to solve this activity number 3. Solve the following. So, I have here 3 problems. Number 1, number 2, and number 3. For number 3, there are 3 questions, letter A, B, and letter C. Here, in our activity number 3, you can pause this video lesson and try to answer question number 1, 2, and 3. And later, you're going to play it again and see if your answer is correct. I am going to put it here, the correct answer. Okay? You pause and answer first. Okay, so after answering, okay, let's reveal what is the answer for each question or problem. For number 1, the answer here is 192. For number 2, the answer is 98,415. For number 3, letter A, common ratio is 2. Letter B, first term, the answer is 2. And letter C, ninth term, the answer is 512. If you got all correct, well, congratulations. If not, you can go back in our discussion and study it again. Okay? Let's continue our discussion by thinking about this one. Okay, think of this. I have 3 geometric sequences here in our screen. Okay, for number 1, 3, 6, 12, 24, and so on. Number 2, 64, negative 32, 16, negative 8, and so on. Number 3, negative 2, negative 6, negative 18, negative 54, and so on. Now, if I am going to ask you for number 1, what is the sum of the first 30 terms in the given sequence? Can you do that in just 20 seconds? Or, for number 2, I ask you to find the sum of the terms of this sequence. Okay, sum of 15 terms. Can you do that in 20 seconds? Or for number 3, can you find the sum of the first 25 terms of this sequence in just 30 seconds? Okay, if not, now after watching this video, you can do this one. Finding the sum of the terms in the sequence. And finding the sum, we call that one as geometric series. Okay? Geometric series is the sum of the terms in a geometric sequence. So I'm going to teach you how to find the sum in a geometric series. Okay, so let's start discussing geometric sequence. So what is this geometric sequence? As I said a while ago, this is the sum of the terms of a sequence. So we have the so-called finite geometric sequence. So what does it mean when you say finite geometric sequence? Finite means there is an end. Okay, we have start and end. Okay, so there are 2 formulas that we can use to find the sum of a finite geometric sequence. Okay, we have the first formula and the second formula. So later, we'll discuss this formula. What is the difference of these 2 formulas? And how about infinite geometric sequence? So infinite means there is no end. Okay? Infinity. So the formula that we're going to use is this one. Okay? There is only one formula. So if you notice here, we have infinity symbol. But we have restriction in solving the sum of infinite geometric sequence. So we have restriction on the common ratio. So we will discuss this one by one. Okay, so let's try to analyze the two formulas in finding the sum of finite geometric sequence or geometric series. Okay, so we have the first formula. Notice here, it is more complicated by the second formula. Okay, so what is the difference of the two formulas? For the first formula, we have a sub n is equal to a sub 1 times 1 minus r raised to n divided by 1 minus r. So we have a sub n, s sub n here. S sub n means sum of terms is equal to a sub 1 is still the first term. 1 minus r, r is the common ratio, and n is the position of the term. Okay, so still we have r here. For the second formula, S sub n is equal to a sub 1 minus a sub n r divided by 1 minus r. So here, what is the difference of the two formulas? Okay? For the second formula, we have a sub n. In the first formula, there is no a sub n. Okay? So the same way here, that a sub n here is the last term of the sequence or the series. So here, we can use, okay, any of the two formulas. But if there is no last term, we cannot use the second formula. Okay? For the formula of infinite geometric sequence, we have this one. We have restriction here. We can only use this formula of infinite geometric sequence if our common ratio is this one. What does it mean with this one? The common ratio is greater than or equal to -1 and less than 1. Meaning to say, ang pwede lang pong r ay fraction. Negative and positive, fraction lang po ang pwedeng r para magamit natin this formula of infinite geometric sequence. Okay, so here in our formula, S sub infinity is the sum of infinity. Okay, this is the symbol of infinity. A sub 1 is still the first term, and r here is still the common ratio. So we're going to have examples of both finite and geometric sequence on how to find the sum. Okay, for example, number 1. What is the sum of the first 8 terms of 2, 6, 18, 162, and so on? So here in our sequence or series, we're going to find the sum of the first 8 terms. So here, we can choose what formula that we're going to use from these formulas here. Okay, una po ay we're going to identify the given. So here, we need a sub 1. So a sub 1 here in our sequence is 2. So a sub 1 is 2 or first term. R, common ratio, we just divide the right by the left. What is 6 divided by 2? 3. How about 18 divided by 6? 3. And still, 162 divided by 18 is 3. So the common ratio R is 3. How about N? We are finding the sum of the 8 terms. So mean to say, our N is 8. Okay? So here, S sub 8 or sum of 8 terms is equal to blank. So we're going to calculate the sum of the first 8 terms of this sequence. Okay? Using the formula. From the given formula here, what formula that we're going to use here? Okay, do we have last term or S sub n? There is no S sub n here. So we cannot use this formula. Okay, because the formula contains A sub n. And the third formula is formula for the infinity. So our problem number 1 is not infinity. Okay, so we use the first formula. Okay, for A sub 8, we have S sub n is equal to a sub 1 times 1 minus r raised to n divided by 1 minus r. Okay, substitute. A sub n is 8. So a sub 8, so this become S sub 8 is equal to a sub 1 is 2. So this one times, open parenthesis, 1, still 1 minus this one. And then what is r? Common ratio. Common ratio is 3. So r is 3 raised to n. What is n? 8. So 3 raised to 8. Divided by 1 minus r. So 1 minus r is 3. So 1 minus 3. Okay? How to simplify? Pwede na pong isubtract itong 1 minus 3 and simplify the exponent here. So this will become 2 times 1 minus 3 raised to 8 power is 6,561. Then, divide by 1 minus 3 is negative 2. Okay, we are going to subtract first this one. So, let's become, if you subtract 1 minus 6,561 is negative 6,560. Okay, here, you can multiply 2 times negative 6,560, then divide it by negative 2. Kung gusto mo naman po ng shortcut, you can cancel 2 and negative 2 here. Okay? So, step by step po tayo para hindi po kayo malito. Multiply first. 2 times negative 6,560 is equal to negative 13,120. Divide by, copy, negative 2. So, if you are going to divide negative by negative, the result is positive. So, 13,120 divided by 2, that is equal to 6,560. Okay? So, the sum of 8 terms of the sequence is 6,560. Or, in more understandable sentence in our answer, therefore, the sum of the first 8 terms of the sequence is 6,560. For number 2 problem, find the sum of a geometric sequence if the first term is 3, the sixth term is 96, and the common ratio is 2. Okay, here, the sequence is not given, but parts of the sequence are given. Okay, identify the given in the problem. So here, the first term is 3. So a sub 1 is equal to 3. The sixth term is 96. So a sub 6 is equal to 96. And the common ratio is 2. Common ratio is r. So r is equal to 2. So we have here n is equal to 6. Why? Because it says there that we're going to find the sum of a geometric sequence. So first term is 3 and sixth term is 96. So we are going to find from first term to sixth term the sum of the terms. Okay, so here, the end or the last number of the sequence is 96. So here, n is equal to 6. That is the last term of the sequence, 6. Okay, so here we are going to sum of the sixth term. Okay, so here we can set 96 as the last term, a sub 6. Okay, so we can use the second formula. We can also use the first formula. So we try to use the two formulas. Let's see if we arrive at the same answer. Okay, use the first formula first. Okay, for S sub 6 or sum of 6 terms in the sequence. So using the first formula, we are going to substitute the given. Okay, so we have here S sub n or S sub 6, 6 term is equal to A sub 1 is 3, okay, times 1 minus r raised to n. So r is 3, n is 6. So 1 minus 2 raised to 6. Then divide by 1 minus r. Again, r is 2. So 1 minus 2. Okay. How to simplify the equation? Okay, we can simplify first this exponential form here, exponent, and then you can now subtract the denominator. Okay, so 3, copy, times 1 minus 2 raised to 6. 2 raised to 6 will become 64. So 1 minus 64 divide by 1 minus 2 is negative 1. Okay, subtract this one. So this become 3 times 1 minus 64 is negative 63 divided by negative 1. Okay, multiply the numerator. So this become 3 times negative 63 is negative 189 divided by negative 1. So negative divided by negative is positive. 189 divided by 1 is 189. Okay? So here, therefore, the sum of the first 6 terms of the sequence is 189. Okay, so how about the second formula we are going to use, okay, if we arrive at the same answer? Okay, this second formula. So here, we're going to substitute the given sum of n, s sub 6, sum of 6 terms is equal to a sub 1 is 3 minus a sub n or last term. Our last term is 96 times r, what is r? 2. Divide by 1 minus r is 2, so 1 minus 2. Okay, so how are we going to simplify? We're going to multiply first this one. So 96 times 2 is 192. So here, 3 minus 192 and then subtract nyo denominator. 1 minus 2 is equal to negative 1. Okay, subtract. 3 minus 192 is negative 189. Divide by, copy denominator, negative 1. Again, if you divide both negative, the result is positive. So 189 divided by 1 is 189. So again, for number 3 problem, find the sum of the terms of the infinite geometric sequence 45, 15, 5, and so on to infinity. Okay, so the given here is infinite geometric sequence. So mean to say, we're going to use the formula of infinity. Okay, but before we use this one, identify the given in the problem. So first, we're going to identify the first term. From the problem, we have 45 as the first term. So a sub 1 is equal to 45. And how about the common ratio? So how you get 1 over 3 as the common ratio here? Okay, just divide the right term by the left term. So 5 divided by 15. So if you're going to have 5 over 15, you cannot divide, but you can reduce to lowest term. So what is the common divisor of 5 and 15? That is 5. So 5 divided by 5 is 1 and 15 divided by 5 is 3. So 5 over 15 is 1/3. How about 15 over 45? Check natin kung tama. 15 over 45 reduced to lowest term. What is the common factor or greatest common factor of 15 and 45? Okay, 15. So if you divide 15 by 15, that is equal to 1, and 45 divided by 15 is 3. So here, our common ratio is 1/3. So that's why 1/3 here. To calculate the sum of infinity, we are going to use the formula. Okay? Sum of infinity is equal to a sub 1 divided by 1 minus r. Okay? Substitute the given. So sum of infinity is equal to, what is a sub 1? First term, 45 divided by 1 minus r. R is 1/3. Okay. So here, before we divide, you are going to simplify first this one. 1 minus 1/3. Okay. So what is 1 minus 1/3? Okay. That is equal to 2/3. So how? Just multiply 1 times 3 is equal to 3. Okay. Then subtract by the numerator 1. Again, 3 times 1 is 3 minus 1 is equal to 2. Then copy 3. So 2 over 3. Okay. So what is 45 divided by 2/3? Again, we have this one. Okay. From division, you make it as multiplication para hindi po kayo malito. So copy the numerator 45. Then, you're going to interchange the numerator and denominator here. 2/3 will become 3 over 2. From division to multiplication. Okay? So, 45 times 3 over 2. So, just multiply 45 times 3 divide by 2. Then, that is equal to what? 45 times 3 is 135. Then, copy 2. So, divide by 2. 135 divided by 2 is cannot be. Okay? Because, okay, the last digit here is 5. So here, remain our answer is in fraction. Okay? 135 over. Number 4 problem. How many terms are in the geometric series if the first term is 3, the sum is 93, and the common ratio is 2? Okay. The question asks for how many terms. Mean to say, how many terms, the number of terms in the geometric series. Okay? To calculate the number of terms, then identify the given. A sub 1 is 3. The first term is 3. Okay? Then, the sum is 93. So, S of n or sum of n is equal to 93. And the common ratio is 2. Common ratio is r. So, r is equal to 2. Now, we are going to solve for n. N is the number of terms in the sequence. So, what formula that we are going to use to solve for n here? Okay? So, we can use the first formula. Okay? To use the first formula, S of n is equal to this one. Substitute the givens. If you are going to substitute S of n or the last term, okay? This one, S of n is given here, 93. Substitute. is equal to, what is a sub 1? First term is 3 times 1 minus, constant ang 1 minus, then r raised to n. R is 2 and n is unknown. So, 2 raised to n. Okay, so n is unknown here. Divided by 1 minus r. So, 1 minus r is 2, so 1 minus 2. So, notice here in our equation, okay, the only variable is n. So, if you're going to simplify this equation, then we can calculate n, or the number of terms in the sequence. Okay, how? We are going to subtract 1 minus 2 in the denominator. Okay, 1 minus 2 is negative 1. And then multiply it here by cross multiplication to remove this fraction. So 93 times negative 1, that is equal to negative 93, is equal to, okay, this one numerator, 3 times 1 minus 2 raised to n. Okay, what's next? We're going to remove this 3 here. Okay, so how? We're going to divide 3 to both side and then cancel 3 here. Okay, i-move natin tong 3 sa left ng equal sign. So what is negative 93 divided by 3? The quotient is negative 31 is equal to, na-remove na yung 3, ito na lang po matitira, 1 minus 2 raised to n. Okay, so here, what's next? Negative 31 is equal to 1 minus 2 raised to n. Okay, so all you have to do is you're going to move 1 there. So to move, by addition property of equality, so positive 1 will become negative 1 here. Okay, sinortcut ko na po dito. So negative 31 minus 1 is negative 32. Okay, is equal to, ang matitira po dito ay negative 2 raised to n. Okay, this one. So what else that we're going to do next here? We're going to remove both negative. So negative, remove, or change the sign. Okay, from negative both to positive. So here, 32 is equal to 2 raised to n. So what's next to calculate for n? So ang gagawin lang po natin dyan ay we're going to rewrite 32 in exponential form. So how? Okay, so let's move here to clean our screen. Okay, 32 is equal to 2 raised to n. So how are we going to solve for n here? Again, we're going to rewrite 32 in exponential form. So how? 2 raised to 5 is the same as 32. So if you're going to multiply 2 5 times by itself, then the product is 32. So 2 times 2, 4, times 2, 8, times 2, 16, times 2, 32. Okay, 2 raised to 5 is equal to 32. So why I rewrite 32 to exponential form? Because the right side of the equation is in exponential form. So here, notice here, 2 raised to 5 is equal to 2 raised to n. What is the concept here? We're going to remove 2 here and equate also the exponent. Okay? You can equate the exponent, 5 is equal to n. Okay? We will do this one, equating the exponent if the base are the same or equal. Okay? So if the base are equal, then the exponent can be equal also. Okay? So 5 is equal to n, or n is equal to 5. Okay? So therefore, there are 5 terms in the series. Okay, so let's have this activity to master the lesson. Choose the letter of the best answer. Number 1, what does a geometric series represent? We have letter A, letter B, letter C, and letter D. I will give you 5 seconds to answer. Okay, the correct answer is letter C. How about number 2? Which formula is used to find the sum of the first n terms in a geometric series? We have A, B, C, or D. I'll give you 5 seconds to choose. Okay, the correct answer is letter A. Okay, number 3 question. Find the sum of 1, 1 over 5, and 1 over 25, and so on. Okay, so this number 3 question is infinity. Okay, I will give you 5 seconds, or if 5 seconds is not enough, you can pause this video lesson, try to answer, and later play it again, then see if your answer is correct. Okay? For number 3, the sum is letter B, 5/4. Okay, another activity. So activity 5, solve the problem. This serve as master the lesson. So we have problem number 1 and problem number 2. Again, you can pause this video lesson, try to solve problem number 1 and problem number 2. So later, I will present the correct answer. Okay? So for number 1, let's reveal the answer. Number 1, the answer is 93. For number 2, the answer is 16. Okay, to end up the activity, try to do these exercises. Solve the problem. Okay? So here, this time, I will not reveal the correct answer. Try to solve this problem, and later, if you have an answer, then please share to us by just typing your answer in the comment section below. Okay? I am hoping that you send your answer. Thanks for watching, and see you on my next discussion about solve financial problems applying sequences and series.